I'll see how long stream parts of it goes, and if anything happens, I'll go straight back to recording this. Anyways, hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of the DegenerateCast. So we are just four people chilling, talking, shooting the shit, having a good fucking time, and what the fuck ever. Yeah.
Yeet!
Yee.
Ew.
I did not need to hear a yeet inside my ears, but alright. We
You're
are
welcome.
your lovely hosts here for this evening. I am Alexander. That right there is Unisolstone.
Hey,
The fuck was that?
I don't fucking know. Just carry on. Jeez.
Alright.
Don't question it. Don't never question things. It's not right, you know.
I'm
You
gonna
failed
question
right
you
there.
everything. I'm gonna question you on everything. This is Mr. Spaghetti.
Hey, you going?
And this is Miss Violet Blossom,
Hi!
who honestly sounds like the most energetic one out of all of us.
Yeah! Totally not because I'm also drinking Monster.
No, that's probably the only reason why.
Oh, shish.
Anyways, as a lot of people see, Shinanashi is not here today. Today, Shinanashi is going to be just absent for this one, and due to all I'm going to say is mental health. Other we'll move on from that.
Personal reasons.
Yes,
Yeah.
we all just hope she has a good day, nonetheless, because we're all a family here at the end of this day. But as of right now, I have literally what we're gonna be talking about today is just the 3 live events that have happened, which was the PC gaming show, Pokemon Presents, and then EA Play 2020. Now I don't know if there was anything else that happened around that time, but I know that these are the 3 that a lot of people talked about. So
Yeah.
what I'll go ahead and say is, for in general of it, a PC gaming show happened about Saturday of last week of streaming this. Yeah, Saturday of last week. Now a lot of people, let's be honest, when it comes to the PC gaming show, that's the most boring one out of all of them. But there's still a lot of interesting games that come out of talking about it. But again,
Yeah, and of course.
it is the most boring show of all of the other events that happen, because, well, they just don't seem to make it seem entertaining. Then we had the Pokemon Present, kind of a out of nowhere left field kind of thing, and I can say that I'm really excited to talk about this because yeah, I'm always an interesting thing of just talking to Pokemon. So, and plus there was
He's
a really
Pokemon whisperer.
Pokemon Whisperer.
Oh my god.
Irish.
He gets those perfect EVs, you know?
Whoa!
He
whoa.
loves
No,
those
that's me.
EVs.
That's me.
Where's Zoroark? Fuck off.
Shush.
And the Eevee around here. No.
That's not true either.
Also, when he says EVs, I'm pretty sure Spagman's IVs.
No, there's EVs and IVs. There's both.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
I meant the Pokemon.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
well-
the fuck?
competitive playing, honey. I used to play. The fuck? Why is there a battery? Anyways,
Yo, we're gonna move on from that. I don't fucking care right now.
don't worry about it.
We have there is specifically one game that I'm very excited to talk about when we get to the Pokemon Presents, and then there's a very
Game.
exciting game to talk about when it comes to the EA Play, which will come up all the way at the end. But we're gonna go through it one by one. And if this is on the long side, I apologize. I don't mean to do this type of shit. I just like breaking down events. This is something I've done way too long. I need to stop, but I just keep doing it. I'm sorry. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and hop right into it with the first event, PC Gaming Show 2020. Now, we're gonna go straight through it, and it's like every trailer and interview that they've done. The first trailer we go ahead and get is a game called Valhalla. Or Valhalla?
Valhalla or Valhalla?
No, I think or Valheim. Is it Valheim?
Oh, Valheim. Yeah, okay.
Yes, which seems to be more of kind of a Viking-esque game. By the way, I'm hoping you guys are actually looking at them because I sent the 3 links to all of them.
No, yeah, I've seen a little bit of each, so.
So Valheim is the first one. It looks like a kind of Viking-esque game.
I'm quite excited for it, actually.
Yeah.
That's
Like-
also just mostly because I have the whole heritage of Viking in my ass.
Oh, okay. So this game seems kind of like your build 'em up survival Viking game.
Yeah.
From the looks of it, it looks very interesting. And let's just see what comes out of this one. I'm not gonna go so excited when it comes to everything with the PC gaming show, because again, most boring one out of all of them. Next game they went ahead and announced was a game called Ooblets. Ooblets.
Yeah, I'd say Ooblets.
This looks like a cartoon style game, and it looks kind of it looks kind of just adventure build 'em up esque.
Yeah.
Very much kind of because this is one of the examples of an indie game. I can definitely see just from its styles and stuff. I can't say exactly what this game it comes up to, but
It probably looks like it's more aimed for the younger degenerate, like, the younger degenerate, you know, the younger viewer of our cast, the younger viewer. That's what I mean. There you go.
Wait, who is actually the younger person in?
Violet.
I'm turning 21 to this month weekend.
I'm turning 4 this year. No, I'm not.
But yeah, it definitely
Hold
looks
on a
like
minute.
almost
You
a
wish.
family-friendly type game. Anyway, is what I was getting.
Oh
at
yeah,
with it, so-
definitely. I mean, hey, again, this is attacked to a specific audience, so specific people are gonna like it. Not everyone's gonna like it. I can say the same thing about every single other game here. Next game we have is Torchlight 3. Now, they showed an early access trailer to this, so that means as of right now, this game is in early access. I don't know if that means people can play it through its early access right now, but that's what it looks like. And God, this seems more like kind of just a monster fighting-esque game. Kind of, can I say RPG style?
It might be like that, yeah.
It kind of reminds me, yeah. You know, okay. Now, I'm also even looking at the title screen for it, and I'm kind of triggered by it because it looks like a Hearthstone own copy. And I say that as like the title looks like it's stealing from Hearthstone, but whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not. I sound so not excited for this, but there's a reason for that. Anyways, next thing we have is Elite Dangerous Odyssey.
Yes, I've been excited for this one, to be honest.
it looks interesting.
This looks like in like a space type of
So
game.
okay, so okay, I can explain because it's supposed to have the same premise as Elite Dangerous, the first one. So it is a like real sim version for spacecrafts, and you're traveling around the universe. And like if you travel to another star, it can actually take hours if you don't use hyperdrive, for example, and whatnot. And it's supposed to simulate the whole space travel, and it's fucking awesome, especially if you've played in VR, which I tried, and holy fuck, it's confusing.
Jesus.
That reminds me of another game. What was it? Sky something that promised all that and never ended up delivering.
No Man's Sky.
No
Well, I will
Man's
say, Elite Dangerous has been worked on for a while, the first one. So I have high hopes for this
Okay.
one, just because of how it's been.
Well, then I guess we'll see about it when it comes by. Next up, we have an announcement of a PC reveal for this game. Because this is a game that actually already exists. It is just getting its first ever PC launch. This one being Persona 4 Golden.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, it came out on PC. I'm fucking needing it.
I didn't realize that it's so far, but I thought it would have already been like at the point where like Persona 5 is going to be revealed to PC. I didn't realize they're just doing Persona 4 for PC right now. Like I heard something about a Persona game being put onto PC. I just didn't know that much of it. But I mean, hey, I mean, and that's good for a lot of the Persona fans out there. Kind of just something to play this time now on the Steam version instead of just on PlayStation.
Yeah.
So I guess that goes very well there.
It has gotten more high graphics and whatnot, so I'm quite excited. Yuna, are you even still here?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, you were just very fucking quiet.
This is what
Yeah, I
happens
thought
when
you
we
were
don't have.
being into Persona.
Look, this is this is what happens when we don't have relatable topics. Okay, I can't help that.
Listen. The thing is, I was. Listen, I know Yuna, and she's fucking hype as shit for anything Persona. So I would have thought of hearing any kind of words from her.
Words.
Persona 4 Golden is on PC.
I don't care. It should stay with PlayStation. That's why I'm not saying anything.
Wow.
Fair enough.
Well, shit.
Huh. Okay. Okay. So the next well, then we're gonna move on to the next game here. The next game we have is Ind Sound Mind.
Yeah, it seems like a thriller more than anything.
Yeah.
It
And,
looks pretty good, actually.
you know what's actually interesting about looking at the game? When it first shows the trailer, I noticed something. The music is by an actual YouTuber, and this is actually kind of a very interesting thing to hear because the music is actually made by the Living Tombstone for this game.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So that when I just seeing that, I'm just like, wait, the Living Tombstone? What? I don't know. I might just go ahead and check out this game just to see like the music part of it, just because I'm very interested in Living Tombstone. But yeah, this game seems a lot like a thriller. And honestly,
Yeah.
it could.
And like, for example, with his new release of one of the first songs for his new album. Yeah. Quite excited.
I guess we'll see what happens there.
Yeah.
And then next we have the game known as Airborne Kingdom. Seems like kind of a sorry.
It's a sim builder, isn't it? Like in space.
That's what it looks like. No, not space, just in the air.
Sorry, in the air, yeah.
Like a sky sim game. Yeah, that's kind of what it looks like.
It
won't say it
reminds
doesn't-
me of like Raft, but from like obviously in space and from bird's eye, basically.
I mean, if it lives up to its own hype, then I mean, hey, that's all. God.
No, yeah, of course. Like,
Next game we have here is known as Dwarfheim. This seems so. I'm thinking from this game. Yeah, this is kind of a dwarf game. This looks a lot like Clash of Clans. Like that's what this game reminds me of. Like kind of that style and kind of game mechanics. I'm not gonna say it's not bad, but it's just that's kind of what it reminds me of. Next game we have here is known as Ultra Kill. This is made by the people down at New Blood. This looks a lot like. This looks like a completely like old classic style game. Yeah, because this literally has like old game graphics. Oh, because this is literally a retro shooter. No wonder why. It seems okay. Well, this seems like this is kind of a retro games aim style, retro style game that is gonna be coming out for the PC. Kind of like I'm getting massive kind of a mix of Doom vibes when it comes to it as well. So that's kind of why it's like it's kind of that old style of game.
There's a few of those sort of games coming out actually lately. I've noticed.
I guess.
One that's like hella offensive too. It's coming out, but yeah.
I mean, I guess people still. A lot of people still enjoy the retro style of shooter games. So I mean, I can't go ahead and say that I blame them
Oh
for
yeah,
it.
I mean, there's a huge community, especially in the speedrun community, that love all those like the 2D platformers,
Oh,
and
yeah.
shooters, and all that sort of stuff. So
So the next game we have here is called Gloomwood. Gloomwood seems to be this literally looks like a retro game as well, but kind of a retro horror type of game. It's made by the same people of New Blood. Sake. So it seems like this is kind of like just a big show off of two different games for the developers of New Blood. So I mean, hey, I guess they have just something to look forward to. Is Humankind the same in platform? No, that's wait. Oh, that's by Sega.
Mhm.
Okay, so Humankind and Kind is our next game, and this one is made by the people down at Sega. I This seems like kind of just a kind of a campaign in style game. Or no, it's a community driven game. So I'm guessing when this comes out, it's kind of just. I don't know. I can't say so much about it because it's hard to kind of understand from the trailer right now.
Mm.
So I think we'll just move on from that. The next game we have is Icarus. Made by the people down at Rocket Works, sorry. And okay, looking at this game, and this kind of gives me like the looks of just just a trying to survive through space game. So I guess another space game in that regard. All right then. Next game we have this. God, how many? The amount of just. I can tell you that this shows that we are not like as hyped for a lot of these games, as you can see. But again, I have to keep reminding people it's a PC gaming show. They don't have the best they don't have the best games to announce for trailers and shit. That's really just it.
Yeah, no, like it happens between them.
So next game we have here is known as Evil Genius.
Number 2.
Yes, Evil Genius 2. Now looking at it, this seems like kind of a just kind of a evil villain type game, and like you play as an evil villain trying to, I guess, make it your own kind of minions and stuff. So yeah, whatever. Fucking hell. The next thing we have here is a literal just segment for the people of humble games. So it's kind of just showing off all different types of games they've made. It one in particular they first show off, being called, fuck, Fate Tactics. I don't think I even know what that game is. Then in this next trailer, then in the next trailer we go ahead and see is known as, oh no, it's 3 games. It's Fate Tactics, Carto, and then Project Wingman.
See, Fate
Yeah.
Tactics actually didn't look too bad. It reminded me of Disgaea.
Yeah, I can definitely kind of agree with that. Now looking at Carto, this looks like it has the same kind of style as Don't Starve. Don't Starve.
You know, it gives me some good vibes compared to the game, so one I'm quite excited for as well.
And the fun new game they announced is, oh yeah, Project Wingman. This seems straight up like just a plane simulator, a more plane simulator. But I don't know. Oh no. This seems like more of kind of a jet combat style game,
Yeah.
like military jet style. Which I'll be honest, I'm kind of interested in because I'm not I'm not out to seeing in kind of jet games.
Yeah.
It's definitely an interesting concept into that. This next game is known as Blanco's Block Party. So this is, I swear, this one is basically just kind of a party style game of kind of what looks like figurines that already exist for it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if I could actually find them in them online. But it's like that's what it seems like because it's basically kind of straight up party style game with all these different kinds of figurines you can collect.
Yeah.
The next game we have is Everspace 2. Which Everspace 2 basically is kind of
It's space exploration, isn't it?
yeah, definitely space exploration. I'm pretty sure I've heard a little bit about the first one, but I don't know that much about it.
I think I played it on a free weekend because I think they had VR support, but I just felt sick after about 2 seconds of it because it's just too much spinning and shit. So.
Give me a second. I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm. Going through it. Next game we have is That's a hard. What kind of title is that? I cannot say that for the life of me.
Inculati.
Inculinati?
Yeah, I think it's meaning like drawing demons.
A demon drawing game.
I think. Well, no, I think it's basically something to do with demons because.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. It looks like a war against demons type of game. Because it's demons against rabbits.
It's. Oh, you know what this actually the animation reminds me of? Rock of Ages. If you've ever heard of that game.
I think I
Very
have.
sort of medieval, but it was 2D style of artwork for the cutscenes and stuff. But yeah, it just looks like a turn-based 2D fighter, I guess. Is probably the best way to do it. It's like those card games and all that getting around at the moment, but
Okay, so we have a lot more to go through it, but I can kind of skip through and get to the more kind of exciting games that they announce if we want to.
Yeah.
It's probably not bad. I mean, the Total War one's I'm pretty hyped for that myself, personally.
Okay, so we can talk about Total War Sega.
See, this is where I fail you guys.
So I think it's been a while since they've released a new Total War, actually. So it's
When was the last time they released a Total War game?
A couple of years, I think, isn't it? Last time that I've seen one get released.
Well, I mean, it doesn't seem like a bad game. It definitely doesn't seem like a bad game. I could definitely say that I might get into it if I get a chance to. But I think the next one.
Mine a little bit more of I suppose it's not turn-based as much anymore. Like a lot of the older ones were turn-based, but this is just more I don't know. I like playing the game, but sometimes I get frustrated at the fact that even though you have overwhelming odds in a fight, you can still lose it a lot. That sort of gets frustrating, and it yeah. But then you can do the same thing to your opponent. You could have one group of archers and that might be 50 men strong, but if you play your cards right, you can take out 100 foot soldiers. It's
Okay.
yeah,
okay.
It's that sort of strategy. It's a war strategy game. Is basically the best way to play it. But
Okay,
you
fair enough.
obviously you still have your bases and stuff like that. But
Yeah,
your combat's
of course,
done
of
on
course.
generated fields. So
I could definitely say the next game I'm going to talk about, I'm personally interested in, just because this one seems like this is something that, again, we've talked about beforehand, but of course we have to talk about the trailer of it being announced. This is the Mafia Definitive Edition, basically meaning this is basically the remake of Mafia 1, or the remaster of Mafia 1, which for a lot of people, at first you only got to see kind of the trailers to Mafias 2 and 3 because of course they were more like recent titles, so it was more easier to remaster them. They finally went ahead and went through all of the, I guess, graphics for Mafia 1 to finally remaster it, because that's a fucking old game to remaster. But it seems like they did a really good job when it came to this Mafia series. It looks like very defined from what it was before, and as long as I know for a fact it's going to live up to its hype because it's the definitive edition, so it's still just a remastered game. So I can definitely say that I'm interested in playing it because, again, the Mafia series itself has a very high standard to it. And with this remastered, it's just going to keep that higher standard until maybe the developers decide to make a Mafia 4, but I guess that's just, we'll see in the future.
Yeah.
Going on to it, I've actually noticed there's another game that I was interested in, which was Surgeon Simulator 2. The sequel equal to the one of the most stupidest games ever made for PC. I swear to God. Because
It
if
was
you,
pretty funny. Actually.
yeah, because if you do not know Surgeon Simulator, my friend, go look back at every single video everyone has ever made on it, and then look at videos on Surgeon Simulator 2 and notice how it's not the same as what it was before, because it's like, well, Surgeon Simulator 2 more focused on more multiplayer aspect when it came to it. And it's like, it's still stupid nonetheless, though. It's just, you can be more stupid with your friends. But I can definitely say they did a good job with it, and I'm very interested to get my hands on it, just because, again, this is the most stupidest game you could ever play on the PC. And that's why I love it. And finally, what I think I'll talk about is Escape from Tarkov, when they had got into news, revealing themselves a brand new map.
I still can't play that game to save myself.
That game is hard to get into, I swear.
It is
Oh yeah, no, it
freaking
really
hard.
is.
But that's because you need to devote so much, like, brain capacity to play it.
I mean, you've seen me playing Rust. I mean, yeah, I just couldn't deal with the repetitive deaths and the massive cooldown times until you get good. Like, there's no. I've always felt that Tarkov is one of those games that if you're a naturally good at shooter games, you're gonna be good at Tarkov. But if you're not good, the grind is brutal. Like, it is probably one of the most brutal grinds that I've ever played in a game to try and get somewhat good.
It's the thing is, because of this, when you first play the game, it's basically, and I mean basically, just hard off the bat. It's not like they hold your hand through it.
Oh yeah, no.
They
not at
throw
all.
you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, well, that's exactly it. Like, you're thrown in with limited stuff that you lose yourself from your own character. And this is the thing, it's 30-minute cooldowns between either playing as a scab or playing as your own character.
How I've seen is literally just the game does this. It's like, hey, you see that cliff? Yeah. Push.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, you're thrown into it, you don't really even understand. Like, I've played it, like, since they released it, and it's always felt to me like it's just been completely brutal. And yeah, I mean, it was very expensive for a game too when it first came out. Like, I think it was like $90, like, and that's really expensive. And that was like the base package. Like, I think the most expensive.
That was the
part
base? What the fuck?
Yeah, and that was like the only benefit to getting like the more expensive ones is you get like a bigger storage, was like the thing for all your bits and pieces and stuff. So I mean, But it's obviously a decent game because there's a lot of people that play it. But then I mean, it's probably one of those games that's like Dark Souls. Like everyone hated Dark Souls when it came out because it was a rage-inducing machine.
That's
but
very true.
people still play it and love it. So I mean,
yeah,
it's just
definitely.
probably the Dark Souls of shooters. If that
Yeah.
makes
Oh
sense,
no,
but-
definitely. Okay. So that's gonna conclude everything we'll talk about for the PC gaming show. Again, the most boring one out of all of them. So we'll get to one that's a little bit more exciting when it comes to that, and we're gonna go ahead and talk about the Pokemon Presents. Now, with the Pokemon Presents, it went ahead and introduced 5 different Pokemon titles. Well, actually, no, 4 different Pokemon titles, and then talked about the Pokemon Sword and Shield DLC, which, as of right now, for a lot of people who have not played it, is officially live right now.
Yeah. I don't have it. I'm sad.
Neither do I.
So we can be sad together, honey.
No.
I don't own a Switch.
Wait, what?
I don't own a Switch.
Yeah.
Oh.
My ex had one.
I don't
but,
even think
like,
you
fucking-
you even have it.
Yeah,
you,
just
you
Switch.
got a Switch.
No,
I
do you
played
no
Switch
do you
on it.
do you have the DLC for Pokemon?
Nope.
Well, I guess I can still go ahead and talk about it nonetheless, but I'll go through it in the way that the video kind of showed, because when I'm looking at this article, it's not in order of what the video did, but I'm just gonna go ahead in order of the video. So first, this game I'm gonna talk about was Pokemon Smile.
Yeah.
Now, when I saw this game, I'm just like, okay, what the fuck is this? And then as it progressively went through the trailer, I was like, okay, so this is definitely a game that's more for
Catered to
parents with
children.
kids.
Yeah.
Because this game is basically kind of a little children
Sensitive
development game to kind of help children practice oral hygiene while also
Yeah.
catching Pokemon along with it. Fuck, what the fuck is wrong? Yeah.
Having a strong.
And I gotta say, when I first saw it, I was just like, the fuck is this? But then I was just like, okay, I could definitely see what this game would be useful for. So if, like, again, if you have a child who's addicted to Pokemon but also has a problem with brushing their teeth, this game is perfect for you.
Yeah,
so
maybe I
it's
should-
app-based.
Maybe
It's
I
not
should get
even-
into it.
Okay,
Yes.
so it's iPhone and iOS.
Yes,
sorry,
yes,
iOS
yes.
and Android. Sorry, I was like, who would pay for this on your Switch? Like,
No,
it's-
no. Here's the thing.
It's like
It has to be
having a-
app based because the Switches do not have cameras. So actually no. Do they have cameras?
They
I
don't.
know.
They don't. No, they don't. They don't.
Yeah.
I
So
was
it's
gonna
like
say, I thought it was like having a supercomputer and playing Tetris, like basic on it. Like that's. I was looking at the actual gameplay of it.
Have you? What do you mean? They made a new battle royale for Pokemon, and it's
Oh, you were
called
going to bring
Smile
up the fact
because
they made the new Tetris because the new Tetris looks absolutely amazing. But
oh yeah, definitely.
which one? The 99 or?
no,
Tetris-
there's a new Tetris that's in VR.
Oh, that one. Yeah. No, I
and
remember.
It is probably one of the best sounding games.
The funniest thing is the world record holder
yeah,
for Tetris
he
player.
played it and he played better in VR than he did in normal.
Yeah, and it was fucking
The
amazing. He got
Oh,
the
you
first
mean
ever. What
yeah,
was
yeah.
it?
So
yeah.
you guys are talking
The
about
Octa
Tetris Effect.
thing or whatever it is.
Yeah.
What was it? Tetris what?
Tetris Effect.
Yes, Tetris Effect. Yeah, he's got the world record so far. I think of the
Wow.
most Tetris lines. Like, because I think it's something like 16 or something was what he got,
Yes.
and I think 8's normal or something. Because
Yeah.
Tetris is an octagon thing or something, octa something.
Yes.
Can't remember, but yeah, it was something along those lines, and yeah, it just looked amazing
Mhm.
what he did in that. But it was it just the video itself, the was just taken back because he's a fairly old chap, and he they were surprised by the fact that he wanted to actually try it, and then they were just blown away by they first off thought it was the latency, like because there was less latency in the headset as opposed to the TV screen that you're playing on. They thought that was why he was better. And then they put it down to immersion, basically. Like you were that immersed in the game that obviously he was able to blank other things out and focus more on the subject at hand. So
Anyways, again, moving back to Pokemon Smile, our bad.
Sorry.
But yeah, Pokemon Smile again. If you have a child who has problems with brushing their teeth, but they love Pokemon, this is definitely an app that a lot of people can use for that.
Yeah.
I would definitely go ahead and suggest this game. Next game that I'm gonna go ahead and talk about is a game known as Pokemon Cafe Mix, which is a game that can be on iOS, Android, and a Nintendo Switch. As of right now, it is there. Which no, it's a game that's coming soon, but it's gonna be a free game that you can pre-order, pre-save, and pre-register through all the games. Which I can definitely say, watching the gameplay for this, I was just like, I thought this was gonna be kind of Tetris like, but it's definitely completely different to that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like connect the colors together, but it's done completely differently than what I've ever seen. I don't even think I've seen any other game try and do shit like this. But I definitely want to play for myself just because it looks very fun, and I've been meaning to get myself into more kind of Pokemon stuff. And basically, the premise of the game is you are a Pokemon cafe owner, and Pokemon basically you visit your cafe every single day. And as you kind of progress through and through, you get more kind of room to your cafe, and it expands. Pokemon will actually join you to work in your cafe, and with that, you get more abilities of how to kind of make your cafe more and more and more and more successful.
Yeah.
Kind of simple to that. So that is Pokemon Cafe Mix. As anyone is interested in playing it, is going to be free for Nintendo Switch, iOS, and Android. You can go ahead and preload, pre-order, or pre-register the game today.
See, I don't understand about spin-offs. I think they're pretty like, why? What's the point in them? Because that's what it is. It's a spin-off.
Yeah,
It's
you're
like
not
they're
wrong.
running out of ideas for Pokemon, so they think, oh, I don't know, let's bring out a shitty brush your teeth thing. It's just like, what?
It's the same as selling merchandise, though. Like, people sell merchandise to a game, so they're gonna make spin-offs of games. It's the same thing.
Oh yeah, definitely.
How many times have you seen cheap knockoffs for Pokemon products where, like, the Pikachu's got a third eye or something like that? It happens. You're gonna get cheap knockoffs, and you probably find that this isn't actually made by Nintendo. It's just got Nintendo's badge on top of it. That's yeah. I mean, a lot of the times you find that too. So. I mean, look at Pokemon Go. That wasn't actually made by Nintendo. It was made by another company, and that's huge.
Yeah.
Technically, that's a spin-off.
I could definitely say though, the next game I do talk about, this is something that, honestly, even though it's not kind of the core to Pokemon, it's something that a lot of people enjoyed when the first game first came out, and now that a brand new game is made for it, let's just say that 20 years later, people are very excited. Because as of right now, this game I'm about to announce is called New Pokemon Snap.
Oh yeah, I'm excited.
Is it coming on the Nintendo 64? Because I'll buy it then. When's my re-release of Nintendo 64? I want that.
We'll find
Got
out.
the PS1 and everything else. Come on, Nintendo, lift your game.
We'll find out later on. But as of right now, it has been 20 years since the first ever Pokemon Snap has been released, and for the Nintendo Switch, they are going to be releasing a brand new one. And with this one, it's kind of the same core as the old one, except this time you have a whole bunch more Pokemon. Like this Pokemon Snap kind of goes to all the Pokemon to this date.
Well, to be fair, they got the technology nowadays have a lot more space than technology
In
back
the old
then.
cartridges.
Oh yeah, very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah, but I could
So they
definitely
have
say,
the light, so they can actually do it more reliably.
Yes.
Reliably. There we go. Words.
so with this one, yeah, basically, yeah, I gotta say I'm very excited because again, like so many people have talked about wanting a new Pokemon Snap, and when this came out, I know for a lot of people were so excited in the Pokemon universe because it was just a good game when it first came out, and I even felt like it kind of just needed a kind of a new game to kind of add to the core of it because it definitely
yeah.
has. It's just a fun game to go around just take pictures of Pokemon. Which I think about it now, playing that game through the Nintendo Switch, you damn well know they're going to use a kind of motion technology, or I guess no, it wouldn't be AR. Motion technology to use on the Nintendo Switch. It's being like you can like just move your Switch around, try and see like all the different Pokemon, this, that, and the other.
Do we still have it? Wait, no, we established we don't have a camera on the Switch, didn't we?
No, there's no camera on the Switch.
So this will be maybe a marketable accessory.
Oh no.
Ima-
Don't
Hey,
give them
They
ideas.
did the little. They did the little.
They could, though.
Tamagotchi
They
thing,
could,
so,
though.
I mean,
On top of that, Sun and Moon, I think it was. I know they were on the 3DS, but wait, was there camera on the 3DS? Because you might have to. Oh fuck it, scrap it. I don't care. I don't care.
I think
Scrap
Sun
it.
and Moon. I'm pretty sure was on the 3DS because I
Yeah,
did
it was
play
on the
that one.
3DS.
Yeah, but I just remembered it has cameras. But never mind. That's why I'm saying never mind.
Ah,
Yeah,
got it
fair
in my
enough.
hand
Fair
at the
enough. Fair
moment.
enough.
Because I thought I
apparently
think
the
like
video
some
is
sort of
unavailable
motion.
in my country.
I thought
Okay.
I thought that maybe they do some sort of like a motion thing, but then I realised they need cameras for that. So, because that's
That
what they
is
did in
true.
Sunlight.
That's true. Well, technically, you can still do motion just from the Nintendo Switch itself. It doesn't need the camera for that.
Did you know that the Sun and Moon camera theme was actually a little like clue to what's coming out next?
Oh, you know what? I like where you're going with it. Yo, that is actually. I didn't even think about
Hold
that.
on.
No, it's true because they put the camera in there.
That's
I
actually
figured it
very
out straight
smart.
away.
That's actually
I
very
saw-
smart.
I legit sat there like one day playing the game, and I was like, Pokemon Snap must be coming out in a few years' time.
Yeah. I mean, it would kind of be better if the Nintendo Switch did have a camera to kind of, just you can like snap the Pokemon on like your own like environment.
Mm.
But you can only dream. Actually, no. Now I think about it. No, I don't think the other one. I don't think the
I'm
other
back.
version of it does. Does it? No, I was thinking maybe the Nintendo Switch Mini. Is it the Nintendo Switch Mini? Is that what it's called? I keep forgetting because I don't have one of those. No,
It's
Nintendo
just-
Switch Lite.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Oh,
I was
you-
thinking.
you-
Does the Switch Lite have a camera? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Does it? Fuck, I need to look this up now.
No, I doubt it because they won't have no need for it because there's motion things as you tilt the console as it is.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
The only problem is if you got it plugged into the TV, it's not gonna not gonna be able to do that. So whether or not they're gonna use that for handheld version of Switch, I don't know.
They probably will. And it's like if you prefer to play it the way that you usually did with Nintendo 64, which is kind of like with the controller and stuff, then I guess that's fine too. Because let's be honest, there's going to be a lot of people who are going to be wanting to do it the way that the regular game was intended, like with. I was about to say with a Nintendo 64 controller. Actually, is there an actual Nintendo 64 controller that they made for Nintendo Switch?
Yeah.
Okay, so then you damn well know people
Well,
are gonna.
Actually, no. Technically, no. I mean, the controllers actually look like an Xbox controller, but yeah.
No,
I
I
have
mean
a
like,
Zelda one
I
here.
mean like, I mean like, do you think they've actually made like an actual kind of Nintendo 64 controller compatible
Well-
to Nintendo Switch?
Believe it or not, there's people out there that actually have. Nintendo themselves probably haven't, but they probably will take the idea.
That because they have done that for what the Nintendo SNES, the NES. That's true. That's true.
Because I've seen lots of normal people convert their old like controllers, like GameCubes, PlayStation, and so on, so
Yeah.
they could actually
Yeah.
use it with their old newer consoles.
And come to think about it though, because we all know with the Nintendo Online system, they always have like this thing where basically you get free games, from the Nintendo NES system and Nintendo Super NES system. Wouldn't the next one in line be Nintendo 64? Or am I
Mm,
wrong?
Uh,
It depends if Nintendo wants to do it.
Yeah, it definitely depends if Nintendo wants to do it. But if they do, that means that they could release a controller then, which would be the official Nintendo controller, and people can use it then.
They
I
would
just
probably
came up.
Still
They
have
were
the
prob-
official ones.
They would probably use it as a USB because that's what they've done with the PlayStation mini PlayStation.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
if that's the case, yeah, you'll be able to use it with your Switch.
Guys,
then-
so I just came up my head because we were talking about the whole thing. ADHD can be a bitch. Just a heads up to anybody who have it. I feel your pain because my head went from listening to Nintendo Switch 364.
Okay.
I don't know
Um,
why.
This,
I just
the,
decided to
Hang
make
on.
up a new Nintendo.
the Super Nintendo's got a USB, like official USB released. controller.
Yes, I believe that is true
Because-
because I believe when they made
I've got it. I've got the. It
Oh,
also
you have
Bluetooth
it.
as
Oh.
well. Yeah, I have it because I actually use it with my with my Raspberry Pi. But yeah, it's so I can play my Super Nintendo games.
And
with
actually-
proper controller.
Actually, don't they? Because they do have the Super NES controllers, but no, the regular the NES controllers, but those are like kind of like the same thing as the Joy Cons because you can like click them onto the Joy-Con, click them on like the Joy Cons.
The NES. No, the NES was like the square brick one.
Yeah, but when they made it for Nintendo Switch, they made those exact same square bricks, but they click on the same way as the Joy Cons.
like as an add-on thing. Yeah, okay. Because
Yeah.
yeah, the Super Nintendo one was more rounded, and it had the R buttons, the R and L button
Yeah.
back then. So that, and also it was four buttons. Yeah, because A B X Y was the button pattern. so I
Yeah.
remember that.
Yeah.
Which then they like mashed that in the PlayStation 2 controller when they made the Nintendo 64.
It's definitely
basically, or
that is-
PlayStation 1.
That
I
is
should say,
definitely
yeah.
true, yeah. Anyways, next Pokemon topic, we're going ahead and talking about. We have two. I'll go ahead and combine the last two into one because they kind of just how can I say, connected with each other. Talking about both Pokemon Sword or and Shield, and funny enough, Pokemon Go as well. Because as of right now, as people know, the Isle of Armor is officially out. People who have already gotten the DLC can go ahead and play it themselves. If you haven't gotten it, you can still go ahead and get it right now and enjoy kind of a brand new setting inside of Pokemon Sword or Pokemon Shield, whichever one you have.
Yeah. And also Pokemon follow you, and I'm fucking excited for it.
And
It's
also,
only taken how many games for them to do that?
yes, that is true. That's true. Also, as of right now, even if you don't play in the Isle of Armor, if you go to any of the Max X-rated battles for Dynamax Pokemon, you can go ahead and find the mythical Pokemon known as I can't say that name. Zorara.
Do me a favor, send it in chat so I can actually read it.
It sounds like something I say when I'm drunk.
Because it sounds like the way he just pronounced it. The way it sounded,
Basically,
it sounded like Zora.
Or how I
Yes.
used to say.
I swear to God,
Terraria.
I swear to God, if it's
Zorora.
Zora. No, I don't think it's Zora.
That's what it looks like.
Zerora? Yeah, there's Zerora. Yeah, that's how I would say that. Because there's
Yeah.
Aura at the end, and then ZR
Yeah.
is
Yeah,
like Zerora.
Ziara. Ziarora.
Zeora. Like Aura is in like
Ziora,
the sky.
right.
Ziora.
Yeah.
And kind of connected in, and as of right now, in Pokemon Go, for the Pokemon Go Fest, you actually can go ahead and find the Galarian Farfetch inside in a Pokemon Go.
Galarian. Oh, okay. Yep, that's the old version, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
Remember, I
that's
didn't
like
have to
that's like for this version, like for this gen Pokemon, like that's this version.
Oh, okay. Yep.
The one that's, for a lot of people who don't know, the Galarian Farfetch, that's the one who transforms into Surfetch, which basically is a duck with a sword and a shield.
Oh, okay. I get
The
it
one
now.
where you have to literally do, I think it was like get 4 crits to evolve it.
It's 3 crits in the game to be able to evolve it. It's
And
hard as
isn't
shit.
like at the
remember
same
reading that.
time, I hate if it's, I can't remember.
Yeah, it's all the same match.
Yeah.
And also, they've announced for Pokemon Go that they're making a presentation to potentially add Mega Evolutions into the game. So basically, you will be able to have Mega Evolved Pokemon in the real world. All in due time as of right now. This is all the stuff for Pokemon Go they're working on this year, this specific year. So,
It's alright if you still play it.
yeah, it's amazing how many people have really still played this game. I thought, like, honestly, I kind of thought the game would have died down after a while, but the game is actually still very high up its standards, especially since they've went ahead and made their own kind of. I thought it would have really died down when the pandemic started, and then they went ahead
Thing
and.
is, I thought it did die down because you don't see many people with their heads in their phones walking around
That's true.
nowadays.
It seems like.
Yeah, but no. This is because I remember actually reading about this, that the Pokemon Go did a update or something, or did some patch thing where they gave you the option to have it as a controller, so you could actually still technically play Pokemon Go, but within so far of your house.
Yeah. Yes, that was made after the pandemic started, so that people
Yes,
could just
yeah.
enjoy playing Pokemon Go inside of their own
They
home.
want people to stop playing their applications, so they're like, "Fuck, maybe we should actually implement this." Yeah,
Yeah,
but
because
I
they were just
remember
like,
there was
shit,
limitations
people can
to it
stop
or
playing our
something.
game. Make something new.
Make it so
Maybe
you
we
don't
should
need to do
actually enable that
exercise.
dev'd in analog stick that we put in with the application that people have found previously.
Alright. And that right there was the end of the Pokemon Presents. Basically, just 5 different announcements made. It was like 10 minutes, I believe, when I saw it. So it wasn't that much of a news. Which leads us into everything that was announced in EA Play 2020. Now, I'm gonna go through this all, because there's not that many games anyways, not like a fucking PC gaming show. Christ almighty. But as of right now, in order of everything, of course, EA has to talk about all of their titles that they made. So first, I start off with in Apex Legends, announcing that as of right now, this fall is going to be going to the Switch, the PlayStation 5, if coming soon as well, and it doesn't say it, but I know for a fact they're also going to do this for as well. It's going to be going to the Xbox X. Which, of course, and they've also announced that crossplay will be added into the game. So that's something I think basically to look forward to. Again, if you're a fan of Apex Legends, that's fine. I know that the game doesn't have so much hype of its for kind of the game bugs that it usually has. So like that's kind of like what kind of died it down a bit. It still exists,
Yeah.
but it's not that high up in the chain. Next up, there was an announcement based off of Sims 4. Basically, they announced that, because a lot of people know that as of right now, Sims 4 can only be available through the Origin launcher. Well, that's not going to be the case anymore, because as of right now, as of today, Sims 4 is officially out on Steam. So if people want to play from there, then they can.
I nearly bought that. Because, I went to buy Sims 4 like 6 months ago, and then I was like, oh, Origin, gross. The only reason I've got Origin on my PC is because when I got my graphics, I think it was the most recent Battlefield game for free with it, and I was like, I mean, it's $90 game, I might as well get it for free. I have to put Origin on my PC. That means I have to go through and disable it from starting up and do all this other sort of shit because it does so much shit in the background. Fine, I'll do it. And I think I've played it like once.
Yeah.
That was like the story mode or what there was of it.
Yeah.
And that was it. So I mean, I looked at Sims and I was like, oh, okay. Like Sims 3, I think, and 2 are both on Steam already.
Yeah,
So
so
it's just you can't. Yeah, you can get 4.
yeah, so now you officially can get 4.
Okay. Yeah, I just need a co-op mod, and I'll just wait
That'd
for
be
the modding
interesting.
community.
That'd be interesting.
Hey, modern community, do your magic.
I think they've already got one out for the normal Origin one, but there'll probably be some sort of thing they'll need to do to get it to work with Steam, obviously.
Perhaps. Like, we don't know. I don't remember if any of the games have been connected via Origin at the same time as well. So it's like they are on Steam, but you also to just connect to Origin's launcher.
Oh, I mean, if I have to double dip there in terms of launches and shit, then yeah, they still won't be getting my money.
Listen, I'm doing it anyways, just mostly because the first I'm used to it because of Uplay. I play Siege, and Siege is connected with Uplay, so.
Yeah, I mean, like, to me, there's no point in, like, sounds really bad, but it's almost no point in being one of those games that you want to get legitimately because of the fact that, hey, there's no multiplayer function of it, so why would I want your spyware of a launcher?
Yeah,
That's...
you're not wrong.
Epic.
Epic's free. It's fine.
Yeah,
I've checked what Epic gets into nowadays, and it's nothing like the old Epic launcher. They learnt their lesson.
Well, that's good at least. Some companies want to learn.
That's just why you don't give them your credit card information, and you don't approve them of automatic payments on your PayPal.
There's a reason why I have PayPal on there, and they don't allow, and I'm not allowing them to do the exact thing you just said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, moving on. EA went ahead and announced a brand new game as well. This one is known as It Takes Two.
It's true. It does take 2.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, it's just the question is, it takes 2 to what?
Tango.
Tango. Get drunk. Fornicate.
Have
Am
a
I just gonna keep
conversation.
going here, or what? Get away with
No,
it?
you can stop. You can stop.
Rob a
You,
bank.
you all can
Okay.
stop.
Lick.
Shut up.
Who?
Anyways, as it says for the description of it, Joseph Fares is making another cooperative game. Stay focused, and this is about a child who deals with his parents' divorce, creating 2 dolls, which both come to life. So
What's gonna say? So the game is about me, or then you said dolls, and I'm over here like, never mind.
So this game is basically kind of basically just, I guess I could say it's more kind of a visual game of, this is what happens when you deal with basically just divorce. So that's definitely something the game's gonna have to it, and I'm very much.
So basically, it's about marriage, then getting divorced.
No, straight up just divorce.
Oh.
They don't. I don't
Okay.
know if they focus so much on the marriage part of it, but I mean, you could definitely say it does focus on the marriage.
It's probably to train people to actually have a proper relationship. or
Probably,
something.
probably.
Especially with nowadays where parents just keep splitting up every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
That's because divorce is so easy nowadays.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The only people it's not easy on is kids.
And they don't think about that, they just think about themselves.
Well, that's kind of where this game comes into play. So, if you want to go ahead and know a little bit more about divorce when this game comes out, definitely go ahead and play it for yourself. Next game we're gonna be talking about is, I'm gonna read the description first, and then I'm gonna say
I'm
the
actually going
game.
to try that game. It sounds quite interesting.
This next
That's the
game.
first game I've actually sat here thinking, ooh, interesting game.
Yeah, that's how bored Arjun is of all this. Anyways, this next game, I'm basically gonna go ahead and read the descriptions of it. Wow, this looks cool. First off, it has a magical 6-sided die hey, that talks. It also has a bit of Tim Burton vibe, of a Tim Burton
D&D?
vibe that I'm
Is
digging.
it D&D the Stoned Edition?
No,
I was literally about to
Oh.
say D&D.
it is known as the game is known as Lost in Random, and is really it looked really does look original. So it's a game in that great fits its origin brand. So basically, it's kind of a
What's the name?
Lost in Random.
I am lost and I'm very random.
So it's I'm gonna
God damn
guess that
it.
this is almost like I've actually done something like this, but where you decide all of your actions by the roll of a die.
Yep.
I've actually done
So that's
that
you know what?
challenge
That
with
is
a
kind of
friend
D and
mine.
D esque.
Yeah,
We-
that's
we
what
had
I was saying.
We had a whole like Saturday where we basically were like, "Hey, do you want to go somewhere? Roll a dice." So we like rolled a 20. We did it with a 20-sided dice, but 20-sided dice. So it's like 18. All right, looks like we're going somewhere. Where do you
You
want to go? Out of town
Wow.
or like locally? And then like we did
Wait,
that. We ended up like having. We had a really good day. We ended up like going to like 2 towns over and then like shopping and then like eating stuff and then like we went and watched a movie because the dice told us to. And then I was like, "Hey, want to go out? Like, go drinking tonight?" It's like, roll the dice. And we're like, we got a 20, and we're like, well, looks like we're getting drunk.
Hey, Fag, I should
Oh
probably
yes,
do it with
the
you more
natural
often,
trolley.
'cause I'm
Oh my
really bad at
god, I hate you
decisions.
both.
It's the only time in my life I've rolled a dice and haven't had a rolling average of 2. So that's yeah.
I'm gonna stop rolling dice for now on to make decisions.
All right. Well, moving on from that, we're gonna go into the next. There's like what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more things to talk about. This next game is known as Rocket Arena. Basically a rocket fuel 3v3 action game with explosives and sports. Not as much again, and that was kind
Right,
of a
this is where I
cartoony
take
sports.
my leave. Just
Hey,
heard the word
yeah.
sports. I'm like, that's
Oh, yeah,
not
this
my
is-
department.
This is literally just Overwatch with rockets. There we go. This next game is something I kind of want to talk about, which is oh god. Let me just say this right now. EA, you have some really good games at times, but you do not know how to do this franchise well. So maybe you can try and fix yourselves with this one. This game is called Star Wars Squadrons. And let me just say, the gameplay of it has its own hype to it, but you can't give it the hype because of literally its past Battlefront games. It's oh god.
So it's the microtransaction of Battlefront microtransaction games.
I'm just hoping that's not the case, and I'm hoping it actually is good as well. It's actually a good game.
Or they'll just like hide everything behind paid for patches. There we go.
Anyways, this game.
What was that about?
Anyways, this game is going to have a solo and multiplayer action to it. So basically, kind of, it has its own campaign and you can go ahead and play of it, being either a rebel or a fuck. I don't remember what the other. I don't remember what the other division is called. Because I don't remember what the name of the squadrons were. Huh, fuck me. Anyways, by the way, fun fact, on the description of it, it just says, it ends with this sentence. Man, those cockpits are gorgeous.
Okay, anyway.
Yes, with all the microtransactions, it's pimp my cockpit.
Again, there's a reason why I'm like, this game seems promising, but it can go very bad.
Very quickly.
Anyways,
I'm just like, I don't know. I'm just a bit butthurt that they don't support their games for very long when
Yeah,
you spend so much money.
I
on them.
know. I know. Anyways, all I'm gonna say for the next one, sports. All right, moving on.
Thank God for that. I mean, if you brought up any names, I would have been out my door right now. Don't do it.
I was gonna say one of them because
Don't do it.
I gotta do it. I gotta say it. No, I ain't gonna do it. And the next thing they actually went ahead and kind of teased kind of their next gen graphics. with games, it aims that they are making one game is a racing game known as Citrion, a fantasy game known as a fantasy game from BioWare that a lot of people are trying to say that is Dragon Age 4, the next Battlefield game, and then an original game from Motive that has to do with a gravity gun. Now,
Half-Life?
I don't know. I don't know. I can't say I know. But then to go ahead and wrap it all up. This company praises us again with their presence and just has only three words to say to everyone when it comes to this specific title. Skate is back.
Hell yeah!
Is that just because they seen that Tony Hawk was gonna do alright, and that they're just like, well, fuck, we better make a remaster too?
No, this isn't a remaster.
an
This is
entirely
full on
new
Skate
game.
4.
Oh, so then they listened to the other half of the Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
Like, wait, where's our new Tony Hawk? We get a remaster? Okay, well, we'll just cater for them.
And basically, they're either making a full-on brand new Skate game. As of right now, it is in full-on development, and we should be seeing a lot more works on it in the future, which I'm very much excited for. Because again, this community has talked so much about Tony Hawk Pro Skater, and then the Skate franchise. At least the companies are here talking to us and saying, "Hey, we actually have something for you." Tony Hawk Pro Skater gave us remaster. That's fine. Skate's giving us a brand new game. That's awesome.
Hell yeah!
So the skater community can go ahead and say that they did something good, because the companies listen to you and they actually exist again. And that goes ahead and ends off literally everything.
Yeah!
I actually thought this was gonna be a lot longer, but you know what? I'm kind of glad it wasn't. So, anyways, thank you. Oops. Thank you guys all for watching. Apologies for literally kind of a more dulled down talk from all of us, but again, it's like you can see that a lot of us weren't very excited for a lot of things that were going on here. But yeah,
I'm the only one who pretty much was excited for a lot of the game.
that's because you have the most energy out of all of us. So. But anyways, if you guys did enjoy this, why don't you go ahead and follow everyone on their respective Twitch channels. You can go ahead and follow Yuna on twitch.tv/UnaSilverstone, Becky on twitch.tv/SinaNashi, Spag on twitch.tv/TheMrSpaghetti, Violet on twitch.tv/Miss Violet Blossom, and myself right here on twitch.tv/Alexander. And if you guys are watching this on YouTube as of right now, or no, if you guys are watching this live on Twitch as of right now, this week's cast is up, so if you guys want to go ahead and watch that and see some of the few times that we actually have guests on the show, then you can go ahead and watch that. Anyways, however, if you guys are watching this through YouTube, well, we hope you guys did enjoy, and be sure to go ahead and see literally all 5 of these Twitch channels. Follow them, because that's the only way you'll be able to see this live. Because most of the time, I'm not going to be live, so maybe someone else is live. It all depends. If none of us are live, sorry.
Depends if Alex dies or not.
I'm surprised I haven't. Anyways, thank you guys.
Touch wood. I touched my head, you're fine. Alright.
But
Continue.
yeah.
Anyways, oh, wait, Violet, you have something to say. Go ahead.
Yeah. I am currently inviting anyone in Twitch chat currently, and people, I'm sad to say, if you're watching it this later, you sadly missed it. But hey, currently inviting anyone to my birthday stream this Saturday. Hope I'll see you all there.
Yeah.
I'm turning 21. I'm old. What?
You're old. Bitch, excuse me? Nah, you can actually fuck off with that one. Anyways, thank you guys all for watching, and we do hope to see you guys next week for another episode of the DegenerateCast. Until then, we will see you all later. Stay degenerate. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.